day to each and everyone. So we are the group 3. Our topic is all about environmental crisis and sustainable development. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Cristobal Del Rosario and my companion Meili Molina and Raymond Gaganting. So I will be the first to discuss the world's leading with environmental problems. So these are the following. So the first is the contamination of the earth by industrial and transportations. So dito sa industrial and transportation, ito na yung pagtransport ng mga produktos dito sa ating bansa at sa ibang bansa. At yung mga epekto nito, yung mga plastic at mga basura saan tinatapon. Minsan din nalapon niya sa dagat sa cause ng mga poisons at naapektuhan tayong mga Pilipino. So, ito yung example ng transportasyon. So, second is changes in global weather patterns. Yun nga dito sa pamagitan ng pagtapon ng mga basura yung sa dagat, so nag-cause ng flash floods. So, mga basura saan yun pumupunta? Di ba sa atin din pumupunta yun, mabalik yung mga basura tinatapon natin. So dapat maging maingat tayo sa pagtapon at tapon natin yung mga basura sa tamang lugar. So third is overpopulation. Tayo na overpopulation nangyari sa ating bansa sa biglang pagdami ng tao na kakoste ng pollution, and sa sobrang dami ng tao, sobrang mainit ang paligid at mainit at napupunta dito sa mundo natin. Kaya nga overpopulation sa sobrang dami ng tao dito sa ating mundo. So fourth is the depletion of the world's non-renewable. So example of these, yung mga ranging from all reserves to minerals and potable water. So dito sa world's depletion, yung mga non-renewable resources, yung mga minerals, yung mga kukuha nila, yung mga pagmimina. Nga, pagmimina, yung naging sanhi ng landslide sa ating bansa. So fifth is a waste disposal disaster caused by enormous amounts of rubbish. So sample of these is ranging from plastic to food package, electronic waste, yung mga food package, yung mga plastic at mga electronic waste, yung mga saan nila natapon sa dagat, at yung mga plastic at mga packages na yan naging sanhi ng epekto din sa ating mundo. So six is the damage of million-year-old ecosystem and biodiversity loss. Kaya na damage yung mga ecosystems natin, biodiversity. Yan na nga, yung mga nangyari sa ating bansa, yung deforestation, yung pagpuputol ng mga puno, at yung mga naapektuhan yung hanabuhay natin at namawala ng puno at namamatay yung mga puno. And 7 is deforestation leading to a reduction in oxygen and an increase in carbon dioxide. Sa pagitan ng pagpuputol ng mga puno, so makosto na mataas yung chance ng carbon dioxide at yung mababa yung oxygen, kasi nga awawala ng puno at nagbibigay sa atin ng oxygen. So 8 is the ozone layer, which protects the world from the sun's harmful UV rays. So ito yung epekto yung ozone layer natin sa sa mga nangyayari dito sa ating mundo, sa pamamagitan ng mga pollution, yung mga putol ng mga puno, at yung ozone layer natin ay na-damage. So 9 is the acid rain resulting in fossil fuel combustion toxic compounds. Yan nga. Yan naman yung pagtapon ng mga basura at yung mga kung saan natapon yung mga basura. So nag-damage yung mga natin, yung mga fuel, yung mga inom nating tubig ay hindi na malinis at yung nagiging poisons sa ating sa nakain natin, ininom natin. So it's not good for our health. So 10 is industrial and community garbage residues flowing to underground. So, yung mga basura, yung tapon niya sa dagat. So at sa mga kanal. So yung pagtapon ng basura, so nahirapan yung so yung tubig ay hindi na dumadaloy. So ito naging stack up na yung mga basura sa natin sa mga kanal. And other effects are, as the city grown into a megapolis, it continues to expand. Yan nga dito sa as the city grown in megapolis, so continues to expand. Yung mga devastating of farmlands, increasing traffic congestion, and making permanent urban element. Yung mga traffic dito sa ating bansa, so hindi maubos-ubos yung traffic. So kasi mga pollutions, nakakos ng pollutions at magpupunta dito lahat sa ating ozone layer. So yung devastating farmlands, yung pag putol ng mga puno at yung mga hindi nilinis yung mga paligid natin, yung mga basura. So that's it. So next is pandemics and other public health concerns. So yun, diba, during pandemic time, so cause ng waste contamination drinking water. So yung mga iniinom natin dapat malinis at healthy siya sa ating katawan, at yung mga kinakain natin dapat din siya masustansya at malinis para hindi maapektuhan ng pandemic. So last but not the least, the genetic alteration in food productions. Yun na nga yung production ng mga food, transformation ng food system, yung pagtransform ng food pagtransform ng mga food production, paggawa ng mga produkto. Yan ng mga waste, yung mga waste, yung mga plastic sa mga paggawa ng food.
Hello, good afternoon, Betulet IA. So, before I'm going to discuss my proper discussion, let me introduce you myself. I am Babating Raymond G, the next presenter. So, today I'm going to discuss here about the climate change. Do you have any about it, or do you have any idea about climate change? So, climate change, the accumulation of billions of tons of carbon dioxide from coal burning, power plants, and transportation, other pollutants, and other gases in the atmosphere caused by the global warming. So, climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns on Earth. It is primarily caused by the human activities, such as burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, which release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun, leading to an increase in global temperatures and various impacts on the environment, ecosystem, and human society. Greenhouse effects has accelerated the rise in the global temperature due to present levels of carbon dioxide and other chemicals. So, the greenhouse effect is the natural process that occurs when certain gases in the Earth's atmosphere trap heat from the sun. These gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor, act like blanket, allowing sunlight to enter but preventing some of the heat from escaping back into space. This phenomenon helps to maintain a sustainable temperature for life on Earth. However, human activities have enhanced the greenhouse effect by increasing the concentration of these gases, leading to an imbalance and contributing to global warming. Global warming has changed the summer monsoon patterns in India and Southeast Asia and resulting in the sporadic flooding that has harmed food production and consumption. Global warming refers to the long-term increase in average global temperature. It is a consequence of the enhanced greenhouse effect by cause of human activities. The accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere traps heat more, leading to a rise in the temperature globally. This increase in temperature has the various consequences, including melting ice caps, rising sea levels, altered weather patterns, and shifts in the ecosystem. So, global warming poses significant challenge to the environment, biodiversity, and human well-being. Combating global warming. More countries are becoming cause of the dangers of global warming. 172 countries the Kyoto Protocol to limit the greenhouse gas emission in 1997. True agreement established goals, but it was up to individual countries to figure out how to best achieve of them. So, combating global warming involves taking action to reduce greenhouse gases emission and mitigate the impacts of climate change. This can be done through various strategies such as transitioning to renewable energy source, improving energy efficiency, promoting sustainable transportation, adopting sustainable agriculture practices, conserving forests, and implementing adaptation measures. International agreements like the Paris Agreement aim to limit global warming by reducing emissions and supporting climate resilience efforts. Combating global warming requires collective effort from governments, businesses, communities, and individuals to transition to a low-carbon and sustainable future. Environmental degradation, perhaps more than any other issue, forces people to consider their duty as a global citizen. So, environmental degradation, including climate change, forces people to recognize their responsibility as global citizens because it is an impact transcends national boundaries. The interconnectedness of the ecosystem and global nature of environmental issues means the actions in one part of the world can have consequences elsewhere. Addressing environmental degradation requires cooperation and collaboration among nations, as well as individual action to reduce one's ecological footprint. Recognizing our duty as global citizens means taking responsibilities for the Earth, well-being, and working towards sustainable development that benefit present and the future generation. So, thank you for listening. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Meili S. Malinas. So for today, I will tackle about man-made pollution. Man-made pollution, other natural environmental concern, are exacerbated by humans. So it means we made man-made pollution. In Saudi Arabia, sandstorms, combustion, exhaust from traffic and industrial waste. This human contribution has quickly become a cause of concern. Good afternoon. I am Meili S. Malinas. So for today, I will tackle about man-made pollution. Man-made pollution, other natural environmental concern, are exacerbated by humans. So it means we made man-made pollution. In Saudi Arabia, sandstorms, combustion, exhaust from traffic and industrial waste. This human contribution has quickly become a cause of concern. WHO reported that the air pollution in 80% of cities worldwide and about 7 million deaths across caused by air pollution. Furthermore, 94% of Nigeria's population is vulnerable to air pollution. India's largest copper mine, Malakand, releases high quantities of hazardous heavy metals into water. West Virginia coal mines have been pumping out chemical-laden wastewater directly into the ground. Pollution in West Africa has affected the atmospheric circulation system that controls from wind and temperature to rainfall. The poor have been disproportionately affected by environmental challenges. In metropolitan Manila, 37%, 4 million people of the population live in slum settlements areas where affect the urban environmental problems. The motorbike, also called the 2- and 3-wheeled vehicles, is another method of transportation that poor may afford. Governments think that in order for their countries to be completely developed, they must be industrialized, urbanized, and populated by a healthy middle class with access to the best of modern amenities. These environmental repercussions, however, are far from the minds of countries like China, India, and Indonesia, which are currently engaged in frenetic race to catch up with the West in terms of economic growth.